The Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy defined a generation, becoming arguably the greatest film trilogy at the time and is still considered to this day to be one of the best ever. The world fell in love with the story of Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker and his love for Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane Watson. The audience fell in love with other characters as well, such as the villains Green Goblin and Doc Ock, played by Willem Dafoe and Alfred Molina. During the time when the trilogy was still fresh and a fourth film was underway, people were still in love with all the characters. However, as the fourth film was cancelled and we ended up getting a reboot in 2012, people's opinions of the characters started to change. Specifically, the character of Mary Jane, played by Kirsten Dunst. Now, there are many reasons for this, one of which was due to Gwen Stacy. Both the Bryce Dallas Howard and Emma Stone versions. The Bryce Dallas Howard version in Spider-Man 3 was loved immediately, not only because the actress herself is by far the hottest in the series.
Yes, shit. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. That may be just what I need to bust. That may just be what I need to bust. Cause I'm busting. I'm busting. I'm busting. Oh, shit. Oh.
But also because the character was super sweet. In the few scenes we got with her, she seemed very loving and deserving of love. It was hard not to hope that maybe she replaces Mary Jane in the future. Emma Stone's version is by far the most loved romantic interest in any Spider-Man film to this day. She's loving, smart, and helps Peter all the time. She cares more about Peter than herself. With her being played by Emma Stone, it automatically made the character adorable and everybody's crush. Another reason was due to time passing. As the trilogy became older and the fanbase started to get older as well, people started to notice certain things that they never noticed before, and most of this surrounds Mary Jane. People started to notice that Mary Jane wasn't as likable as we all once thought. When the trilogy was new, everybody loved Mary Jane and was seen as a fan favorite. Every boy in the world had a crush on Kirsten Dunst and the character she portrayed. She ended up being one of the first celebrity crushes for many boys growing up, me included. This was because of two scenes. This one, and this one. Not only did fans love her because of her beauty, but also because her character was written to be lovable, or so we thought. After people started to rewatch the movies over the years and it became clear that the character wasn't as lovable as we initially thought, instead the character was written as kind of mean, self-centered, and manipulative. She often dismissed Peter's feelings in order to focus on her own. She lashes out at him throughout the films and never really offers help. She also seemingly plays mind games with him all the time. With all that said, today I want to talk to you about why I think Mary Jane isn't as bad as you remember. Now to get into this, we must start at the beginning. Spider-Man 1. In this film, Mary Jane was written as the pretty next-door neighbor that Peter has been in love with forever, and that holds true. None of the criticism towards Mary Jane actually comes from this film. In this film, she's loving, talks with Peter on an emotional level, and by the end admits her love to him. Overall, in Spider-Man 1, she is very lovable. Where issues start to arise with many people comes in Spider-Man 2, when she ends up dating and even getting engaged to someone else. While many people have a problem with this, and I did too, I've realized that this actually wasn't even an issue. In the first film, Peter showed his love for her all the way through just to reject her at the very end. So realistically, she has every right to move on. She even gives Peter countless opportunities to be with her, but he rejects her every time. She clearly shows interest in Peter the entire time, hoping he would make his move, but he never does. Instead, Peter acts obsessed with her, but anytime she gives him an opportunity, he shoots her down and pushes her away. In reality, Peter is the toxic one in this film. Mary Jane ends up being the one to tell him how much she loves him. And this is something that would end up carrying over to the third film as well. People complain about how Mary Jane seems self-centered in this movie, which looks true until you realize that Peter is the self-centered one in the relationship. Throughout the third film, Peter's ego is way too high and he can't get enough of himself. He acts like he's the only person in the world, and when Mary Jane comes to talk to him about her struggles, he just makes it about himself. People complain about how Mary Jane cheated on Peter when she kissed Harry, But Peter literally did it first when he kissed Gwen Stacy right in front of her. Even after all of this, the self-centeredness by Peter, the fact that he literally cheated on her with a girl he knows very closely right in front of her, she still loves him and tries to save him at the end of the movie. Like, for some dumb reason, Peter keeps pushing Mary Jane away. No matter what the reason is, it just comes off as very toxic, considering Mary Jane wants him so bad no matter what he does wrong, and it's absolutely crazy. Over the years, I believed that Mary Jane was the problem in these films, that her character was written to be kind of dislikable. But after looking back, I've realized that the main problem is Peter himself. While a lot of what he does is his way of protecting her, he did it in the most toxic way. He's obsessed with her in the first film, just to reject her in the end. Then in the second film, he plays with her mind by constantly pushing her away. Then in the third film, he's just a selfish asshole with or without the symbiote. And that's why Mary Jane isn't as bad as you remember. Now, I know that this video was short, and maybe not that entertaining, but this is something I felt like deserved its own video, because as a Spider-Man fan, since I was basically born, I have always been super into the lore and also super into the criticisms on anything Spider-Man related, especially the films, especially the first trilogy, the Sam Raimi movies. And over the years, I have been on the bandwagon of Mary Jane just being this very dislikable character that kind of sucks. But now that I really look back at it and I've watched the movie so many times and just really start to notice more and more things every time I watch, I really realize that Mary Jane actually isn't the problem in these movies. Yes, she isn't perfect, okay? She is not the perfect love interest in these movies at all. She is dislikable a lot of the times. But she is not the main problem in the relationship of Peter and her. It's definitely Peter. But anyways, I'm gonna leave this video here. If you liked it, make sure to like and subscribe if you want to. Also hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos when they come out. Also, you don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can donate. I am accepting donations. There is a little thing down in the comment section, or not comment, but, you know, description below. You know what I'm talking about. Down in the description below, there is a thing for you to donate. If you want to donate, you know, anything, a few cents helps, but you don't have to, only if you want to and only if you can. But anyways, yeah, thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one. Bye!